It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in tonight's battle. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a second down and 9. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 14-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Big run on the opening drive, and they better watch out for this guy or it's going to be a long game.
Back when I played in our scouting reports getting ready for games, we put stars next to the guys that we thought were the key players on the other side. There should have been 3 or 4 stars next to that guy's name.
Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second and a couple. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Solid finish to a solid opening drive, and that's the threat that he represents. He can take off and score on you.
What he makes it is 11-on-11 football, because a lot of the times the quarterback isn't much of a runner, so you don't have to account for him. Well, you do with him, and now he actually gets a lead blocker instead, and he's able to cash that one in.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And leading him out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Alabama.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Smith and Jigba in motion right. And they'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw here. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Avery Williams. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Man open left side is Brown. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Quick slant here to Smith. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 25 yards that time.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Throwing is Hurts. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. As they've got it as we resume action. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Elliott is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nolan Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
2nd and 15. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He completes this to Walker. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Walker is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Second and 3. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Ken Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep is Steven Sims. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Here's Williams to return. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Brown goes in motion left. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Seahawks. Over the middle to Smith. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll throw now on the final play. His throw incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6. And he will will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 23 yards on the tuck and run. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nolan Smith bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And Walker has it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 7. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a third down and 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Back to throw again. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Hurts will throw. Being chased out left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back to Walker on first down. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On play action, they'll throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fighting his way through contact. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that good 2nd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
That is caught. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. Gets around him, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Hurts. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Third down here. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. In motion, the tight end. Barkley will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go?
Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Flush to his right.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Here's second down. They'll set up a throw. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Gets this complete to Smith and Jigba. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. Here comes second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll look to throw again. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. On the return is Sims. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.